The room went silent. The kind of silence that doesn't ask for attention, it demands it. The general's voice cut through the air like a blade. "Admiral Hayes, front row." I didn't move. I didn't have to. My name wasn't Hayes. But my seat was. My brother's laughter died halfway through his throat. His hand trembled, just enough for me to notice. My father's eyes darted between us, confusion settling where pride used to live. That's when I knew. The moment had arrived. He finally found out who took his place. Flashback. 3 years earlier. My brother, Aaron, was the golden son, the decorated one, the one my parents toasted at every dinner. He wore his medals like armor, and his arrogance like perfume. I was the quiet one, the listener, the observer, the supporting role, as my mother liked to joke. When I joined the Naval Academy, it wasn't to outshine him, it was to stand beside him. But somewhere along the line, he decided there wasn't room for both of us. I didn't see it at first, how he whispered to superiors, twisted stories, and filed reports that painted me as unstable, disloyal. Small lies at first, then official ones. Enough to delay my promotion, enough to end my career before it began. When I confronted him, he smiled. "Not everyone's meant to lead, brother. Some of us are meant to follow." I walked away that night, not because I was weak, but because revenge requires distance. The first crack appeared months later. A report came across my desk, an anonymous tip about missing funds in Aaron's division. I didn't act immediately. I studied, traced, waited. The pattern was clear. Offshore transfers, falsified equipment requests. A trail so carefully covered it was almost beautiful. Almost. That's when I began building my plan. Not with fury, but precision. I gathered evidence quietly. Emails, signatures, encrypted logs. I built it like a case file, but it was more than that. It was an obituary for his career. And I waited. The shift happened on a rainy Tuesday. He called me. "You'll never make Admiral, you know that. They're promoting next month. I'm already on the short list." I smiled into the receiver. "Then congratulations, Aaron." He thought it was surrender. It was invitation. By then, my file was complete, not just with his corruption, but with the names he dragged into it. Commanders, suppliers, even a rear admiral who owed him favors. I sent the file to the Office of Naval Oversight, under a name that carried more weight than mine. Admiral Catherine Hayes. My mentor. My ally. The woman Aaron once mocked as too old to matter. She mattered now. The call came 2 weeks later. "Promotion review delayed," Aaron muttered over dinner, tapping his fork nervously. "Some investigation nonsense." I played dumb. "That's strange. You've always kept your records clean." He nodded, forcing a smile. "Always," but I saw the sweat behind his eyes, the panic crawling just beneath his skin. And I kept feeding it. Slowly. A quiet suggestion here, a planted rumor there, a whisper about financial irregularities. Nothing loud enough to accuse, just loud enough to echo. Then came the ceremony. Our family was seated in the second row, front and center, as always. The hall glittered with medals and applause. Aaron leaned over and whispered, "She's not even on the list," when Admiral Hayes's name wasn't called for the first round of honors. He laughed. Loud, arrogant, cruel. Then the general turned. "Admiral Hayes, front row." Gasps, applause. Hayes stood, not with a smile, but with purpose. She walked past Aaron, stopped, and whispered, "Thank you for your service, Commander." The word commander stung. He wasn't Admiral yet. Not anymore. Because the next announcement followed. Commander Aaron Reed is under internal review, effective immediately. The room froze. The cameras stopped panning. My father's face turned gray. Aaron's laughter vanished. His hand trembled, barely noticeable, but I saw it. I always saw it. The confrontation came later that night. He found me outside, under the floodlights. Rain was falling again. It always rains when truth arrives. "You did this," he hissed. I didn't deny it. I just watched him. The brother who once taught me how to tie a naval knot, now unraveling before me. "I didn't do anything," I said calmly. "I just showed them who you are." He took a step forward. "You ruined me!" "No," I whispered. "You did that the day you decided I didn't belong." His jaw clenched, his breath trembled. For the first time, he looked small, like a man stripped of his armor. I turned to leave. He called after me, voice breaking. "You think this makes you better than me?" I paused. "No, it just makes me free." Now, months later, I wear the same uniform he once wore, but without the rot beneath it. The title isn't what matters. It's the silence that followed, the peace that replaced his noise. He thought power came from being chosen. He never understood. It comes